In today's video, I break down a max OT ranked game of Beaulo 5 stacking against another 5 stack of Pro League players. This is a super in-depth and intense ranked game. I go over team play, gun skill, positioning, and also how good Beaulo actually is while he is roaming.
Like, I have a camera.
What the fuck is live?
So garage or bathroom side?
Pool table. Okay.
Can you guys open the pool table window?
I can open it.
Alright, so if we look at what Beaulo and his team are doing here, they have excellent communication so far. And this is actually a game against other Pro League players, ex-Pro League players. Getting a legitimate game is very rare for the most part nowadays, so this is an insanely good game so far already, just because these players that they are versing, you know, Beaulo and his team, are 100% legit players because they're Pro League and ex-Pro League and CO players. So this is a very, very sweaty, insanely intense match. But if you look at how Beaulo is setting up, his teammate actually called out one in pool table, which is the billiards window where this Twitch is at, that billiards area. And Beaulo's pretty much just setting up the cross here. So if his Twitch is, you know, near pool table like she is right now, she's covering that side and that rotation ability of whoever's in pool table. And then Jason Beaulo is holding the run back from, you know, bathroom and bar double door and things like that to main stairs. Kind of putting the roamer and the defender in a position where they're pinched and they either have to walk into one of the two enemies between the Twitch or Beaulo holding the kitchen long haul here. Excellent positioning here, and also really good job of understanding the calls and kind of being in the right position at the right time and utilizing, you know, the map in this way. So right there, you actually saw the defender peek for a moment. I don't know if you guys did see that, and this Twitch is advancing. So Beaulo's kind of playing the bait here for the most part. And then this Twitch is pushing.
Okay, yeah, I'm droning up. I think there's no one upstairs.
I might follow your drone up here.
Yeah, Pulse is... Yo, Melissa and Jim. Yeah, Jim Hall, coming to you. Coming close right.
That's her?
Yep, get Cam here. Droning the rest of
Yo,
top.
come over to blue.
Jason is taking map control off of a drone, which is something that you want to do as an attacker. That is the most efficient way to take map controls off of a drone. The drone's in front of you, let's say in a 2-second window or so. It gets the information, calls out to you, the person following the drone, and then you react off of that information, whatever it is, whether it's defender playing an area or there's utility or whatever the situation might be. But I think Jason is maybe face checking a little bit too much, especially as the ace here. You know, he is a secondary hard breacher, which on Clubhouse most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have 2 hard breachers every round that are needed. You can skim by with one if you do it properly, but you kind of need the fallback position on the hard breaching utility if that situation ever does come up, which most of the time it does, where it is needed for 2 hard breachers to be on the attacking lineup. So if Beaulo dies, could be, you know, a pretty detrimental death for the attacking team and could potentially end up losing them the round. So that's why I'm kind of a little hesitant to be okay with him face checking and kind of, you know, playing as aggressive as he is, but he is also taking off a drone at the same time, so I guess it's kind of like a toss up there between the two.
There's a guy with a pump.
Watch main. Watch a lot of main.
Count it down for me. Count it down for me and jump that bitch.
Okay, so this is actually really good team coordination here. Beaulo hears ADSs here, which, by the way, if you guys don't know what you're hearing here, this little like spooling sound, this winding up audio cue.
Yo, come over to blue and jump this drone. There's a guy with a pump.
Everything's good. Watch main.
You hear like that kind of like, it's like mechanical, electronic. That's the sound of an ADS. So whenever you hear that audio cue, you know there's an ADS, at least one in the proximity of you. So you need to be careful with your throwable utility and things like that. And when they layer on top of each other, you know that there's multiple ADSs because they don't sync up exactly, you know, on top of one another, the audio cue. So, but since these ADSs are here and Beaulo hears them, he is under the position, or he's under the situation where he knows that someone is going to be playing close blue door, because there's really no need for ADSs to be in this position unless someone is playing there and the ADSs are supporting them in said position. Does that make sense? So kind of you know, getting information based off utility of player positioning indirectly just because of where the utility is, and Beaulo is suspecting that someone is going to be playing close with a shotgun, since it is such a close quarters area, and placing a shotgun on the blue stairs or the blue door swing that Beaulo is currently looking through is such an advantageous position for the defenders to play. Does that make sense? So of a lot of layering here in terms of, you know, what's leading Jason to, you know, make these decisions, and I'm actually very happy that he is taking it this serious, most likely because, like I said, they're playing against legitimate players, and when you are playing against legit players, you know, and you know your elo's not going to get taken away or rolled back, you know, you do try a little bit more.
Jump in.
Dash is good.
It's Jaeger.
That's a beautiful, look at that team. That is beautiful team coordination. That's like things that you see in Pro League. I'm pretty sure all of Beaulo's team are Pro League players, ex-Pro League players too. So they all understand the coordination, things like that. And this is something that people need to utilize a lot of the time is just basic team play. I see it all the time in my, my public VOD reviews, especially in my coaching services as well. I do my private VOD reviews with clients all the time, and whether, they're duo queuing, 3-stacked, 5-stack, whatever it is, they don't utilize their team and, utilize team play in general enough in these kind of situations. And doing something as simple as baiting a drone through a doorway, communicating and playing off of one another with one drone leads to doing something like this. Beaulo was wrong on the thing of someone playing here with a pump shotgun. But look at this. The Jaeger is shooting at the drone as a bait. So that way it changes the pre-aim level and where the Jaeger's looking. And Beaulo swings immediately after, full confidence, pre-firing, and gets the kill on the Jaeger without him even landing a bullet on Beaulo, dealing damage. So these are the little things that go a mile in this game when it comes to team play. Something as simple as that of saying, hey, there's someone in blue right now. Teammate, jump your drone through, bait this guy's pre-aim so that way I can swing and just fry him. Exactly what happened here. They executed that perfectly, and this is something that you can apply to yourself if you're ever duo queuing, 3-stack, 4, 5-stack, whatever it is. You can apply the same concept and kind of use this situation as a blueprint of playing off of your teammates and things like that, and really utilizing them, because if you do utilize them in these kind of ways where it just sets you up for freebies and free rounds and free games, you're going to be an unstoppable force.
Nice. Okay, it's all clear up top. Hold main stairs, barring.
Now, if we pay attention to what Jason did there, playing blue is a very common position for defenders to play on this map, but it's very rare to see multiple defenders stacked in, in the blue area, blue stairs, blue generator, and things like that. What Jason did is, I'm going to call Beaulo Jason or call him Beaulo. His first name's Jason and, people know him as Beaulo. I'm going to call him either one throughout the VOD. He's taking the map control as soon as he gets this pick because he knows it's pretty rare for someone to be stacked up. So he's establishing himself and inserting himself into map control that he knows is very crucial for the attacking team, especially after getting a pick like that. There is an opening of some sort, so he's taking full advantage of that.
Main flank.
Now notice how he isn't fully taking advantage of it to the point where he's, full committing into blue, right? He kills the Jaeger, he establishes the angle on the cross, and actually a really good frame that I paused it on here, and Alibi is currently swinging. So Jason now holds this angle and owns it because he established and took control of it after killing the Jaegers. Does that make sense? So you kill an enemy in an area, you advance as the attackers, you control angles, establish your dominance, or, against the defenders in their positioning.
Oh, wait, my drone's far as shit.
And there we go. Look at that. That's 2 huge picks coming out from the attackers. And, that happened in the first minute and 15 seconds or roughly, of the attacking round in a 4v2 situation. You guys have Thatcher, you guys have 2 hard breachers and Twitch up still. So you guys are sitting really, really well just based off man control alone. Like you have double the amount of, man numbers that the enemy has. So you can play off of refrags and literally win off of that statistically. Insanely good job there from Beaulo, realizing the opportunities that he had, playing off of his teammates, and also being patient in the right moments.
Good pick. Yeah, just stay up.
So you hear his teammate saying, stay up. So what he's referring to there is just, hey, it's a 4v2. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's keep our man advantage that we have right now, not throw that away by, over peaking or over positioning ourselves and allowing the defenders to potentially even out the man count, or at least try to get it as even as possible. Because when you are in situations like this, you should be expecting the enemy to get aggressive on you in some way or fashion, just because they need to alleviate some of the pressure. And in this instance, that would be the manpower that Beaulo's team has over the defenders here.
He's box 2.
Once.
I have main hall.
Still box 2. Still box 2. Just isolate this guy church. Double up on church.
He's 50 HP in church, in the middle of church.
So what are you saying here? This is a numbers game when it comes to situations like this. So think about positioning and what you have versus the enemy and what they have versus you in a very simple fashion. It's just basic numbers by this point. We know where the last 2 defenders are. One is in church and one is box 2, roughly around this yellow ping, right? So one in church, one box 2, which is where that yellow ping's at. This Twitch has the cross on this pulse. So what I mean by that that is this Twitch is holding, you know, prone angle under the Azami barrier here, Kiva barrier, I believe it's called. And, you know, the Twitch is holding the long haul cross. So this pulse cannot leave from this yellow ping to pressure the church players unless he crosses the Twitch's line of sight here, which is the long haul. Now, the pulse can hold a long angle from box 2 into Moto door. But that's a different story. What I'm getting at here is just holding this player in position where he is currently positioned, and then playing the numbers game, like I said earlier, and implementing that into it now. One person holds the cross here, you know, and then the Thermite and the Thatcher both take the 2v1 onto the Azami in church. Just based off trading, like I said, statistically, you should win this round. I hope that makes sense.
Box 2. Just isolate this guy church. Double up on church.
And then, you know, what you hear there is Beaulo
He's on the bomb.
is Beaulo saying double up on the guy church.
Nice. Last...
So there we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's the numbers game. Thatcher dies to the Azami. Thermite refrags the Azami. Twitch is now holding the cross. Or no, sorry, actually the Pulse died. Excuse me. So now the last guy's church.
Last
Last guy bomb shot.
Last one church.
Okay. I can just double up with you.
Yo,
Let me draw. Let me draw.
He's swinging on the table.
Nice, good job.
Bolo's trying to call while like his teammates are calming.
That was an M870 fucking Jaeger.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yo, that's jokes. The Jaeger playing blue stairs had that shotgun. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, what did the drone do?
So Beaulo was right on the shotgun play. Holy smokes. Hey, that's why he's a world champion shit. That's why Bolo's a world champ, you know what I'm saying? SI 2022 winner.
Yeah, I'm going.
Faster.
Get
Get in the building. Strip's good. Yeah, nothing.
Huge.
Nice.
What are you doing, Rexon?
Nothing.
So they're like,
Bathroom's good.
it's a pretty common area for a defender to play and kind of spawn peek off of. So that was like a common angle to peek. If you guys are attacking this side of the map, you know, for like a kitchen dirt take, which is where you open dirt and open kitchen hatch and then drop arsenal hatch and plant, you should usually be checking stock and like the kitchen door that Beaulo just opened, just in case there is a spawn peeker or just someone peeking in general.
I'm going.
Bar is good as well. I'm gonna drone top floor. Yo, bar default.
I'm holding main.
I think someone could be top floor. I thought I heard something.
I can get dirt.
Bolo's getting active.
Yeah, bar default. I'm gonna drone that main.
So
I
Bolo
hear
did.
top, man. I hear top, Twitch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're top.
I don't know exactly what the thought process is here from Bolo.
Office is good. Check master.
Maybe just trying to rat out and like play off of the fact that
Checking master.
he's playing so aggressive to the point where he's unpredictable. That could be the thought process. But like they got an opening pick. Beaulo did do his job. Hey, I opened kitchen hatch. I don't really need to be using my utility anymore. Like it's ideal, but he did his job of opening kitchen hatch. And then Thermite is probably gonna get
I
dirt.
100% heard somebody top.
Okay, nothing con, nothing office,
Falling over
nothing
your drill.
cash, nothing in server either.
Heard.
Nothing rafters.
Yeah, I'm bottom man. I'm just working a pick. Don't come to me.
Yeah, so that's
Bottom green is good as well.
I don't think
yeah, so what Jason did is pretty much he played hyper aggressive, and then when he got into a power position, which is where he was there, and if we look at you know his positioning itself, what is a power position? Well, this is a great example of it. This is a position where no matter where a defender goes, whether they want to go from arsenal to you know church to arsenal or back forth and back, they have to cross this line of sight, right? So they cannot cross without Beaulo seeing them and shooting them and potentially killing them. This is a power position. You're heavily limiting the defender's rotation ability. You're most likely going to see a defender rotating just because of how crucial and utilized this this cross is for the defenders, you know, crossing between the bomb sites and just general areas on the bomb
Yeah,
site
I'm bottom
itself.
man. I'm just working a pick. Don't come to me.
So he got his pick, and now he's pretty much just going to rotate out for the most part.
Yeah, I don't think he's running.
So like he did last time with the Jaeger playing top blue stairs with the shotgun last round, he is changing angles, changing positioning. You know, once he gets that kill, he either advances or establishes a different angle so that way he owns it, so the defenders are peeking into him.
Running up dirt.
I'm gonna work touch drones with
Dirt's
you.
clear.
No
Dirt's
one's
clear.
secret.
You can take
Yo,
dirt right
one
now.
blue gen, left side. Left side blue gen is a zombie.
So one blue gen left side. Oh, this guy's ratting a moto.
Okay, just hold.
Yeah. I would say Beaulo definitely played a little aggressive there. I assume he thought that he had an opening of like one arsenal or back arsenal or like box 3, one blue, and then one church, which is the smoke that we saw peek double door. Unfortunately, Malusi was ratting in Moto and, you know, shot Beaulo in the side when he was trying to shoot the Malusi there. I would like to see Beaulo at least drone before he commits to something like that. But again, you know, I assume that he's probably playing off of the momentum and playing hyper aggressive and stuff like that. So I understand the thought process and the commitment. I just don't necessarily agree with it, especially in hindsight, just because there was such an advantage that they already had in the moment of having a 5v3 and, you know, Jason also being able to open the church wall if it's needed with his ace Selma. He had one left. You know, there's a lot of things that he could have utilized there.
Taking off.
Still good, right?
On it.
Still good?
Right, if you throw it right here, you get it both,
Okay,
right?
you're good. You can
Yeah, I'll
go.
get both.
Alright, take it off.
I'm not gonna clay garage door. I'm claying secret window.
Oh, no, you didn't get the long angle one. That's whatever.
Alright, I'm just gonna
Just
get the
shoot that, bro.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it.
So what we're seeing here is something called like a default take or a garage take. So on CCTV, you have two primary takes. You either open the CC wall and open garage after, or you open the CC wall and then open construction into cash room. But either way, unless you're doing something very specific, you know, if, for example, counter-stratting the enemy for a very specific purpose, you're going to be opening the CCTV wall no matter what. And that's pretty much one of the first steps that you're going to do as the attackers for attacking this bomb site. But in this instance, we're seeing a CCTV garage take. What we're seeing Beaulo do is open bottom garage. He's opening the G2 and G1 walls, you know, garage walls. So G1, G2, there's two walls there. And the reason we're seeing this happen is because you can't just walk in the garage door and expect to kill this guy Raptors. I see so many people make this mistake where they just ego chow the garage door, end up getting fried, don't learn from the mistake, whatever. You need to apply pressure elsewhere, and especially in a position where the garage player can't really access you, which is underneath him, since he can't see you. So opening this wall is very crucial, and you know, allows you to apply a different angle of pressure to the garage player.
Shut my cam.
Wall's open.
Yo, make noise, guys. I can go up red.
Okay,
basic.
I can. Okay.
Oh, they
Sunny
jammed it.
reach.
Oh.
Heard. My son's.
One Raptors?
One in cash, one in cash. Two in cash. Pulse in
Raptor
cash
window.
as well as the zombie.
Raptor window.
Huge.
Yeah, one more Raptors. One Raptors.
Raptors down,
Nice,
down.
nice.
Song tuck.
Coming to take
The
up.
last two were cash.
Let's do word cash, good comms.
Yeah,
Fine.
pulse below, I think. Careful. Actually, I have my lower cam. You're good. They're in,
I'm
he's
waiting.
in sight.
I'm gonna drone
There's
sight.
only one- there's
I would
only
like to
one
see Jason open the stock wall here, or the lounge wall, or the CC wall. Jesus. Yep, that's huge, huge, huge. So
Green, one red hall.
this is like why you send like the ace or the Habana here.
There's only one C4.
So like ideally, in my opinion,
Red. He's red.
in my opinion, I think Habana Maverick are the two best hard breachers, especially on this map. Because Mav, you can open the platform breach here, the CCTV breach for the cross, without being countered, since Mav doesn't have any direct counters like a mute, Cade, bandit, stuff like that. But the reason you see Jason open this wall here is because it kind of gives you better concealment for walking in. In this instance, they made head holes, so it forces you and funnels you into the window. You're put in a position where you're going to be walking into the enemy's line of sight, which is exactly what they want. But since Jason is ace, he's going to open this wall, allowing him to get the safest amount of access and rotation ability from top rafters, where he's currently positioned into CC, is by opening this wall with the
I'm
reinforcement.
gonna make a breach. One green, one red hall.
We have lounge him and your secret
Yeah,
window's
lounge
claymore.
cam. Yep,
Still good
you're
lounge. I'm gonna move this lower
He's
here.
out mid.
Alright.
Server window.
We'll probably go for this here. You guys ready?
He
Yeah.
punch
Yeah,
that?
ready.
Just pulse nitro, careful.
Yeah, just let me know if you
I'm gonna
cause
flash.
the lower.
Flasher.
Very, very, very small detail.
Red hall.
So if we pay attention to what's happening here, you see that the way that Jason is positioning himself, he's positioning himself where if he needs to get off plant, he can just stop holding F and just sprint forward because he's already looking in this direction. Like his character will go off of the planting animation, look up, and then all he needs to do is just go forward, and then he's back into safety.
Red. Weak.
Calm down. I'm watching red.
Flanking again.
I still have your lower.
He's behind you, server.
What's up, man?
Oh, that can't happen.
Little Monty dirt on me.
Monty Dirt.
Yes.
Oh, they're planning to the roof.
There's two guys dirt. So annoying. There are three guys
Oh my
dirt.
gosh. There's Ace watching like main stairs.
Monty dead.
killed
Stay
this.
low.
I
Stay
killed
low.
Monty.
Stay
Good
low.
pick.
One's on like right repel.
They're getting kitchenette right now. They're droning bar or going up main, maybe?
Hurt.
Yeah, one's outside stock.
Yeah, I think stock. Going kitchen window.
Might be one bottom
Yeah,
main.
you can go
I'm
upstairs,
rotating.
barring.
I think they're just in
Dirt.
good shirt. I don't have any
Can I go
like C4 or
main?
anything.
It is kid start.
Yeah.
One dirt.
Little dirt. Deep.
You got my main?
Yeah, I'm on your main.
Nading blue. He misses nade.
Got one on hatch.
Nice.
Huge pick.
Brianna.
That's actually massive. Like Bolo's, oh my god, Bolo's so good. He's so attractive.
I'm playing
Nice.
Last
Black
one-
two here.
No, we killed Dirt. Okay.
Chill.
Bolo, like, is in such bad position here. He needs to pretty much rat, and this is where positioning is really, really crucial because he can't play box 3 behind him because the person Dirt has nades and, you know, he's just going to get naded out. And he can't play anywhere else in Arsenal because the hatch is open and Dirt will see him as well. So he pretty much has to rat out, and he's asking his teammate, hey, do you have my bottom main? Because that's the only other place that he needs to worry about besides, you know, kitchen hatch or whatever else he exposes himself to. So overall, really solid positioning and decision making here from Bolo.
I'm playing box two
Last
here.
guy's sledging. Last
Kitchen.
guy's sledging. Chill.
Yep.
I'm playing passive box.
He's on drone. I'm taking dirt.
Got a moto.
So you heard him get on drone, the audio cue there. I'll go back and play that just for you
I'm
guys.
playing box two
Last
here.
guy's sledging. Last guy's
Kitchen.
sledging. Chill.
Yep.
I'm playing passive box.
He's on
So
drone.
right there, that's the audio cue of someone getting on their drone, and then there's a different audio cue that's a little bit more. They're both distinct in their own way, and you can kind of tell what someone is doing based off if they're getting on or off their drone based off the
I'm
audio
taking
cue.
dirt.
Got a moto. I have min.
So that's the audio cue of him getting off. I don't know if you guys heard that.
It's a nade. Oh, that was a drop.
Drop.
I have the shield. I have the shield.
Arsenal.
Facing box too.
That is, I think Jason swung because he thought he detonated that. So what a detonate is just throwing an uncooked grenade. You can swing based off, you know, that there not being a timer. Sorry, the grenade not being cooked, but unfortunately it was. So Bolo kind of ate that nade.
All the way around.
Bro, that sounded like a motherfucker dropped. What the fuck?
Yo, nothing lower.
I can
I
try.
think they're just gonna shove
Really
through the
just
hall.
one hit.
Careful.
The hatch is open.
Nice.
Far back.
I got ace on breach. One more on breach. On top breach.
That's so unfortunate, dude. Like Bolo keeps getting put in these situations.
The hatch.
So what we saw here is very crucial. So they know that Jason's going to be pushed out of this position. So if we pay attention to how Bolo positions himself, he actually positions himself in a way where they make the enemy swing him, as you see here, and he kills the ace. So the attackers know, hey, whoever's playing bathroom cannot play behind this reinforcement anymore. This guy's going to be crossing or already left, and they pretty much try to pre-fire Jason, but he positions himself in a way where the attackers have to come to him. Does that make sense? So he's making them make the mistake for him, and all he has to pretty much do is
I
react.
got ace on breach. One more on
Unfortunately,
breach.
there is a follow-up on the swing.
Weak breach.
But either way, you know, that was a really good pick on the ace there.
Bathroom's open.
In very small detail.
Yeah,
See
give
my
me a wall. I'm
breach?
trying to get it. Can. I got the bottom bar. Let me know if we need to get aggro
Outside
here.
lounge double. Outside lounge double. He's
Yeah.
deep. Thermite.
Outside my garage door, one of them.
What's that window?
They're thermiting my G2.
That server.
So G2 is the right panel of the garage wall, and
Like 3 of them.
I'm going back up red. I'm going back up red.
like his teammates pretty much just calling that out. Now, since the attackers got everything that they need, like, pretty efficiently, the defender's going to be in a rough spot for the most part because they got both the they got both of their breaches open. It's a 5v5, and there's still plenty of utility to go around. So there's going to be a tough round for the defenders.
Yeah, you guys muted.
Going on my stairs.
That's a
I got
huge
pink on
pick.
breach. 5v3.
Watch out for con. Watch out for con, guys. You're only con. Trying to make a rap like con.
Got you here.
Playing
Muted.
top road.
Really talking about it.
Oh, yo, front 1 HP outside front door.
Yo,
Bird.
go up the stairs. Let me see.
Breaking into con. Breaking into con.
Yeah, smoked off con. Con's for sure gonna go con side.
I don't see him. I'm not sure if he knows that I'm down. He knows. Nice, good trade.
Outside server.
I have your garage breach. Nice.
Wow.
So Jason pretty much baited his teammate there, like, on purpose, because if his teammate's calling out 1 HP, then if his teammate dies, Jason can just swing and then just pretty much like one-shot the guy, which is exactly what happened.
You guys are low. Just relax.
I hit one. I hit him a little bit.
I'm chilling for his drop
Playing
down.
on the
Just hold
bomb.
your
I'm
guys'
playing on
jump
the
in.
bomb.
Yeah,
I'm
3 of
gonna
you guys
throw
are low,
this.
just relax. We're
I'm
fine.
gonna hold con. You guys got the jump in.
Nice.
Nice job.
Good job.
Nice.
I'm holding,
Last scene,
joining your
garage
bar.
window.
Bar's
God,
good.
they are getting
Remember
active.
the-
They're already
Hold your
main
bottom.
stairs pretty
Hold server,
much.
hold server.
30 seconds into the
Just
round.
join you down, bro.
No, I'm just
Let's
gonna
go- what's
work
top
a face
main?
here.
I'm joining top con right now.
Or like top floor.
Yo, close left, close left, close
Uh,
left.
So what happened here is Jason kind of tried to do the same thing that he did last time, and unfortunately the defenders were waiting for it because they're experienced players, they're veteran players, and they can adjust to things like this that may happen again, and in this situation did end up happening. So pretty much just an adjustment there from the defenders. They did a really good job reading what Jason was doing and punished him for it. Personally, I would have liked to seen Jason potentially wait for more info before he just commits to the angle. But that's me more or less nitpicking. You know, he is in such a prime position so early on in the round, so the longer you can control that and hold that as the attackers, the more beneficial it'll be for the overall round. All right, let's see. Max OT match
Don't mind you,
point.
put your shirt.
Let's take one of these bars.
Running up
Ryan.
rafters. Yeah, they're running up rafters right now.
Alright, heard. They're gonna full clear.
Yeah,
Good literally
they
take
might
all your
cut
util
off.
from here, Bar.
Drone on Mark.
Let me know when he
Coming
comes
to you,
in.
Thunderbird. Coming to you.
What'd you say, Corn?
You could take all your util.
I think it knows
back.
it's, you're there. I think it heard you. 'Cause you're backed
Open
up.
my main
Go to the drone
hatch.
hall. Go to the drone hall. Drone hall behind you.
Got the
On
drone.
the garage door. Redroning.
Okay, I'm going oil. Let me know when it passes. Where's it at right now?
Mark, he's in. He's in garage. He walked in.
Me on Barb.
You know where in garage he is?
I don't know. He got the cam. I'm on secret right now. Down. I went away. I shot the
I'm at
drone.
a 45 bulls. They're getting my
Mm.
dirt.
Give it
Bolo
up.
was trying to
Sounds like
nitro the
Yeah.
garage door there. That's
I'm about to
unfortunate.
make a kitchen hatch up.
That would have been a huge play too.
One blue
They
window.
haven't gotten Moto yet.
They got dirt over.
Bolo's actually doing an exceptional job at working this position. He's been playing the same position now for like roughly an hour and a half with active attacker presence. Whether it's a drone or an actual attacker in this area, like he's doing an excellent job of reading where they are and positioning around that. So really, really good job from him.
Done. Gotcha.
Yeah, did they open kitchen hatch? Do you guys know?
Yeah, they opened it. They're opening it.
Heard. They're going for a kitchen side take. They
Yeah, it's
haven't got
another
Moto
kitchen
hatch
ice
at all.
though.
It's a kitchen dirt. It's a kitchen dirt.
Hatch. Dirt.
I'm gonna make the short set a little bigger.
Probably try to kill that guy.
Can you make holes above kitchen?
No. He's in bar.
Got drone.
I have your bottom main cam. You guys
I
are
need,
chilling.
I need audio.
Drone AK.
One's in bar.
You know where?
Unknown. He's sliding above. Ditch hall.
Got the drone AK.
The guy on my dirt.
Yo, drop.
It's right.
I'm working
Right
bar.
dead.
One on hatch, and I think another drop, maybe.
I'm gonna flank off
Dropped.
No, go back
On
down.
default plan.
One
Oh,
full.
he's-
That's where he is.
That's such an uncommon position for an attacker to play for a kitchen dirt take. Like if you're gonna have someone holding the hallway, like they're gonna be bathroom, like you saw Bolo look at, or they're gonna be on like chain rappel or cage, which is outside of stock, like that rappel looking down the long hole, or in kitchen itself. Like somewhere around in those areas, you usually don't see someone pool table just because you need to take extra map control in order to take bar side. Like you can do it isolate, like Bolo said. You know they're doing like a kitchen ISO, which is kitchen isolation. They're isolating the rest of the map and only controlling what they need to control, which is main stairs, dirt, and kitchen. That's all they need to control in order for their attack to go successfully. So you might hear that a lot or see that a lot where it's like an isolation strat where the attackers are only worried about what they need to take in order to propel themselves into the bomb site, you know, successfully going for their site execution. It's a lot more efficient that way in terms of time and utility, just because you're isolating an area of the map that you know you need and not really worrying about anything else until that moment of attention may come up where the attackers need to start worrying about said area. But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed it or learned anything new from this video, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. We're getting very close to 50K subs, so if you have not subscribed already, make sure you do so. channel. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, I have a coaching service. If you guys are interested in this, there's a link to my Patreon down below in the description. You can find all of the info you need and more at the bottom of my Patreon page in the About Me section. And yes, I do coach console players, so there's absolutely no worry what platform you're on. I can help you get better at whatever you're struggling with within Siege. You can also find links to all of my social media as well as my Twitch. Come stop by my stream, say what's up. I love talking to you guys. If you have any questions, that is the best place to ask me those questions. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.